Okay, we've hacked zombies, crossbowed them to death, and driven around a very large-scale environment, and that's all because of, well, partly because of this gentleman here. Tymon, how are you doing, and how's your Gamescom been?
Okay, so Gamescom is great for us. We have a great demo. I hope you liked it. Did you like it? Okay, I have that on camera, and but it seems everyone likes it, so it's a great Gamescom for us.
Just sort of talk about the development process of the following. At what point, what stage did you guys decide, let's open it up a little bit?
Okay, so we started thinking about this right after we finished Dying Light, after the Dying Light launched. But we had a couple of other expansion packs, DLCs planned, and we focused on that first. And we weren't sure if we go that far to really do the following, because it is a huge expansion. It is a huge effort to make that expansion. But then we realized that Dying Light is a tremendous success. We have more than 5 million players, and the community is growing and growing and growing. And all of those people started asking us for stuff. Like, they wanted to drive over zombies with vehicles. They wanted crossbows. They wanted firearms. They wanted lots of stuff. And we decided, hey, let's do something for those people. Let's create an expansion which is a huge thank you note for those guys. And that's how Dying Light: The Following was born.
Well, let's take that in turn. So let's talk vehicles. You want vehicles in the game. The city streets of Dying Light are quite contained, quite thin. So it makes sense to just go, right, open this up.
Yes, so the new region, Countryside, is very open. It is as big as the whole base game itself, so there's plenty of space to drive around. And we give you a very cool toy, a very cool weapon, which is a dune buggy. And you can upgrade that buggy to make it even more of a killing machine. You can install spikes, ram bars, UV lights, electrical cages. So there are lots of things you can do with your buggy. And with Dying Light being a co-op game, you can customize your buggy visually. So you can change its colors, you can change the patterns on it, you can change various elements on it, so you can make your buggy stand out when you play with your friends.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about, we'll talk about co-op in a second, just on the buggy situation. So obviously you use it to drive around the environments, you get out, you go do something, the buggy's always going to stay where you left it.
Yes, exactly, and there's a huge element, huge chunk of gameplay of taking care of the buggy. You have to repair it, you have to always know where it is, and if you lose it, you have to do some things to make it come back to you, to respawn the buggy.
Now, while we were playing it, and we had a little bit of a fun co-op challenge, basically driving from one village to the outpost, and that seemed to be embedded throughout the entire demo experience. Is that something you've re-emphasized for this?
Yes, of course, and the cool thing is that there will be lots of co-op challenges dedicated to buggy driving, to vehicle driving. So I think people who loved games like Carmageddon, or there was this very old off-road driving game called Insane. People will love that. People will love what we do with The Following, because there are lots of places for a friendly competition amongst your friends.
And talking about the player feedback, we got to play around with Uzi, we got to play around with the crossbow. Again, Dying Light's known as more of a melee sort of attack game. So is this really just because player feedback, because they've been asking that much, or something that you wanted to play around with as well?
We wanted to have that in the base game, but we have to keep focused when we were creating the base game. We knew that what will be working for sure is the melee-based weapons, and we didn't want to add too much to the base experience, because we were afraid that maybe that might be too much. Maybe things will start falling off. But now we got more comfortable with the IP, with the game itself, and we know that we figured a way to introduce firearms and ranged weapons into the gameplay mix to make it worldwide, to make it all connect.
Talking about the environment, the scale of that place, we came across a cultist outpost, but can you sort of hint towards what else will be out there in the world for us to experience?
Well, there are lots of things, lots of very nice views, lots of very nice landscapes. You will see things like an electrical dam or an industrial complex right in the middle of the countryside. You will see lots of farms, as well as lots of bandit outposts. I think lots of things that you could expect in an area like that.
Another thing is this DLC set after the events of Dying Light, but if a player's coming into Dying Light now and downloads the DLC, can they jump into the DLC then back into the main game?
Yes, they will be able to do so, but what's cool is that your character progression stays intact throughout the whole experience. So either if you play Dying Light or Dying Light the following, you will be able to upgrade your character, the same character.
And what about the weapons that are being introduced into the DLC? If I pick up the weapon, the crossbow, say, can I bring that back into the city?
Yes, that's one of the bonuses that the Dying Light the following players will have, that they will be able to take those weapons and use them in the urban landscape.
Okay then. Okay, so we finish up with Gamescom here. So what's the roadmap next? So you guys just concentrate on getting this polished and getting it out the door as soon as possible?
Yeah, basically, that's what we're doing. We have a lot of ideas what we can do with the Dying Light IP, but for now we are focusing on Dying Light the following.
And do you know what the roadmap after that is, once you've wrapped up that?
Well, I know some things, but it is too early to tell.
Okay, so this is a standalone piece of DLC that people can purchase, download and buy. So sort of what's the price point, and also for people that have the season pass, is this the last part of that season pass?
Okay, so as I said, Dying Light the following is a big thank you note to our fans. So if you have our season pass, then you will get Dying Light the following for free. That's something that we're giving them. It wasn't planned when we announced the season pass. It was just 4 DLCs, and now we are giving them this huge expansion. If you want to buy it separately, it's 15 euros. I don't know how much that is in pounds, in quids. Okay, and yeah, and if it's the end of our season pass, I'm not telling. Sorry.
Well, listen, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you very much.
And for all news and previews and reviews in Dying Light, check in with Gamereactor.
Come on, move it! Our camp's under attack!